From the San Francisco Bay Area comes this email message in early July 2024. Quote, I live just north of San Francisco, where the average temperature for July is 84 F. Today it reached 104 F, and it's possible we will get to 100 F tomorrow, remaining in the upper 90s the rest of the week. The heat has gotten around the country and around the world, and we have been having severe weather, but still the country has no focus. There is a chance that Trump could get back into office, and the Supreme Court is trying to make it so that the government can do little to control the destruction wrought by unfettered resource extraction and externalities from industries. It's almost like I am in the midst of a huge burning. But I still live in a privileged place. I am sitting right now in a lovely gym. It's so weird. No one except for a few people like yourself is speaking to what is going to happen. Everything seems rather nonchalant, and people talk about retirement and what they will be doing in 10 years. I tell them that it won't matter, but I don't know how I can face it. There is that scene I like in the Don't Look Up film near the end where there is the family meal. People were portrayed in an ordinary way, but accepting what was happening. Kind of showed where I would want to be with these unfoldings. Thanks for being there. I know it has not been easy, but I appreciate you and your work. End quote. My response addressed two of the issues raised by Bill. First, in response to his mention of the 2021 film Don't Look Up, I responded with, quote, best scene in that film, perfect ending, end quote. Second, I responded to Bill's line, quote, but I don't know how I can face it, end quote. My response, quote, with dignity, with bravery, with love for others, end quote. Bill's response, quote, yeah, that's true, end quote. I have a point in sharing this email exchange. Bill knew what to do, even as he sent his original message. It seems he was seeking reinforcement for acknowledging his privileged life, and also for living without guilt for his privileges. Many of us are in similar situations. As a result of the date and location of our births, we enjoy enormous unearned privileges. Need we feel badly in recognizing these privileges? I think not. Occasionally I tell a story about my own unearned privileges. I explain that I wisely chose my date and location of birth. I wisely chose to grow up in a village in northern Idaho, surrounded by decent, caring people. As a tail-end baby boomer, I enjoyed a good education for relatively little money. In addition, I was able to spend my adult life doing the work I love. As a professor at a Research One university, I interacted with hardworking young people who respected me and what I taught them. In other words, I was able to pursue a life of leisure in the historical sense. I conducted work I enjoyed. Even today, more than 15 years after I willingly left campus life behind, I enjoy being surrounded by friends and acquaintances. I was fortunate to grow up in a family of reasonably kind, intelligent people. I was fortunate to grow up with relatively little military conflict, at least in my neighborhood. I do not take these privileges lightly, despite my occasional dose of humor to the contrary. I enjoy the relatively little money I have. I enjoy access to some of what remains of the natural world, including a protected pond surrounded by forest, as well as a large river. These are all a short walk from the house I am fortunate to occupy. A video I released a week ago about our ever-warming, overheated ocean briefly mentioned my good fortune. Again, my life has been good so far. May my good fortune, and yours, continue.